So, in the wake of the Iran thing and the alleged fall of MAGA, um, which if you watched Clown War Chronicles this past Saturday morning, and then later that day, I was wrong as shit about what was going to happen, and I'm more than happy to admit that I was wrong. Um, but in the tizzy about everything leading up to that, there was a story that I kind of slipped under my radar, and I'm going to talk about it now because I think we need good news right now. I think we need good news. Kind of take the edge off. We're all a little meh right now. The Iran thing is got a lot of people upset. A lot of people are not happy. I'm not particularly happy about what happened. So we will try to carry on. I still trust Trump. I'm not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but we'll we'll try to do our best. Try to keep a stiff upper lip and carry on, shall we? So yeah, a shout out to the Daily Caller. Roughly 1 million illegals estimated to have left the U.S. since Trump returned. Like I said, this came out last week. It slipped my radar, but I'm covering it now because it's hilarious. See, June 19th. Uh, Roughly 1 million illegal migrants have booked it out of the United States since January, according to preliminary estimates from the Center for Immigration Studies. There were around 14.8 million illegal migrants in the U.S. in May, 1 million fewer than were estimated to be in the country in January, according to CIS, a Washington, D.C. based organization that advocates for lower levels of immigration. The group contributed to the decline, at least in large part, to President Donald Trump's rhetoric and nationwide crackdown on illegal migrants. So essentially, what this study is claiming is likely the case is that Trump winning scared the shit out of so many illegals that they self-deported. You know, Stuff like this is why I'm not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because I think there's still a lot of good that can come of the Trump presidency. And then the Iran thing, it could just be one and done. We'll see what happens with that, but we'll see what happens. Quote, these results strongly support the idea that the election of Donald Trump, his rhetoric, and high profile enforcement actions as soon as he took office caused a large number of illegal immigrants to leave the country, the study's author said. Quote, a large decline in the number of illegal immigrants could be very helpful to less educated U.S. born and legal immigrant workers whose wages may rise as a result, the author said. Further, a tighter labor market and higher wages may help to draw back into jobs the near record number of working age American men without a college degree not in the labor force. And yeah, the idea that the only reason why illegals are doing these jobs is because American born men don't want to do them is not true. It's the farmers don't want to pay American citizens the wages that they're demanding, but they soon might not have a choice, which would be good. It's good for the market. It's good for the people. It's good for the economy. It's good for everybody. CIS based their analysis off the Bureau of Labor Statistics' current population survey, which showed a significant decline in the immigrant population, both legal and illegal, from January to May. The decline stemmed from a drop in the number of Latin American non-citizens who entered the U.S. in 1980 or later, a population CIS says overlaps significantly with illegal migrants. During the same time frame, the number of foreign-born individuals in the labor force plummeted by more than 600,000, according to CIS analysis of data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the current population surveys, meaning that a bunch of legal immigrants and legal residents decided to leave. Now it's like they probably all didn't leave because of Trump. They probably all were already going to leave, but a bunch of them left. It just so happens that this all's happening under Trump's watch. So you can't help but assume that it has a lot to do with him. While the illegal immigration changes are significant, CIS cautioned that the findings remain preliminary as more administrative data is due to be released, and suggested that at least some of the decline could be due to greater reluctance from immigrants to participate in government surveys or identify as foreign-born. Yeah, the data can be skewed by people lying. That's pretty much all data. that requires people. That's where surveying people is required. A lot of that data can be skewed by people just lying about stuff. The new data comes as Trump continues to follow through on a pledge to conduct the largest deportation operation in U.S. history and buckle down on gains made along the U.S.-Mexico border. And as I covered on the show on Saturday, this includes him walking back his whole, like, maybe we don't raid the farms and the hotels, maybe those illegals can stay. But no, he quietly walked that back, and they started raiding farms and hotels again. So, those illegals who, again, like I said on the show, if you came in illegally, but other than that, you haven't broken any laws, and all you've really done is, like, the only two laws you broke is working under the table and being here illegally. But other than that, you've basically just kept your nose down and worked your job and tried to live. I feel sorry for you. I feel bad for you. You still got to go. Since returning to the White House in January, the president immediately got to work on a number of executive actions and administrative reforms aimed at securing the southern border, such as declaring a national emergency, prioritizing wall construction, coercing the Mexican government to deploy their own National Guard to the region, and a slate of other directives. In lieu of deportation, the administration is also offering free plane tickets and a $1,000 stipend to illegal immigrants who choose to self-deport, an offer that some have taken up already. Now, that sounds bad. You're paying them to leave. Well, the cost of $1,000 cash and a plane ticket is significantly less than the cost of manpower that it would take to find these people, round them up, and then deport them, and all the legal challenges that would come as a result. Like, if you could just, like, a plane ticket out of the country is whatever, $1,000. Then you give $1,000, so $2,000 per head is probably a lot less than it would cost to do it the hard way. So I would take that deal any day of the week. The actions have so far proved fruitful, with historically low levels of illegal immigration occurring along the border that was once in crisis. See, yeah, the border's a ghost town right now. The administration achieved a record for all-time lowest border encounters in a single month when Border Patrol agents counted roughly 7,180 crossings along the U.S.-Mexico border during March. In May, the Trump administration revealed that not a single migrant was released into the U.S. For comparison, the number of migrants released into the U.S. in May 2024 was about 62,000, and the monthly average number of border crossings during the Biden era was 155,000, according to the Trump administration. Yeah. A study by the New York Times released in December found that President Joe Biden oversaw the largest level of net migration in U.S. history, surpassing even the great immigration booms of the 1800s and early 1900s. So yeah, Joe Biden, under Joe Biden's watch, and we all remember when he first took office, people started storming the border trying to get in. And they would catch people at the border, the press would, and ask them why they're coming, and they would straight up say, I'm here because of Biden. Like, so, it definitely was Biden's fault. He had a huge hand in it. And I'm glad to see that this is all going the way of the dodo. Securing the border is the first step. Then we got to get on with the mass deportations. But like I said, this was good news. I think we need good news, especially right now with things being as tense as they are. But let me know what you think. Be sure and comment one way or the other. Tell me I'm an idiot. Like, I'm perfectly happy with that. Just engage with me. Make sure to smash the like button, follow the links, sub to the other channels, follow me on X. Come check out the game streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Come check out Clown World Chronicles Saturday morning. And links to all those are down in the description of this video. And yeah, throw me a bone.